Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? On behalf of the Lynchburg College campus community, it is my privilege and pleasure to welcome you to our 111th commencement exercises. We are very pleased to have you with us for this special occasion. For your convenience, I'd like to share the following information. We are asked that you remain seated for the processional to allow all family and guests to see the candidates for graduation. Water stations are located under the tent in front of Hobbs Hall and by the first aid station under the tent in front of Carnegie Hall, which is located to your right. Please consult the map on page 20 of your commencement program for restroom facility locations. In particular, restroom facilities are available inside the Hall Campus Center, Hunley Hall, and Schul Hall. Additionally, for persons with disabilities, accessible restrooms are located in the Dillard Fine Arts Building, Hobbs Hall, and Snido Chapel, which has the only baby changing stations on campus. For those individuals who need an air-conditioned environment, please know that the limited seating is available for viewing video transmissions of the commencement exercises in the Memorial Ballroom of Hall Campus Center, Snido Chapel, and the Sidner Performance Hall in Schul Hall. In consideration of others, we ask that you turn off cell phones and pagers for the duration of these ceremonies, if at all possible. Graduating students may be photographed by family members and friends as they leave the platform. Please be courteous to spectators who are trying to watch the ceremony by staying behind the roped area. And please return to your seats soon after taking pictures. The campus store and Brood Awakenings in Schul Hall will be open during and after the commencement exercises. Please listen for the ringing of the college victory bell immediately following the benediction, and note, only the platform party and faculty will participate in the recessional. Following the commencement exercises, you're invited to be our guests at the college for a buffet luncheon under the large blue and white tent. Limited seating will be available in Memorial Ballroom for those who are unable to sit on the lawn. Finally, after commencement exercises, shuttle buses and vans will run continuously from the circle at Schul Hall to the Thomas Road lower parking lot. Thank you very much for your attention. Now let the processional begin.
luck, brother. good things and creator of truth. You call us to seek wisdom and pursue being both the best self we can be and to use that best self for the common good. We thank you for all the gifts represented here in these graduates, for the teachers and nurses, the scientists and philosophers, the politicians and the artists, the musicians and the trainers, counselors and administrators, leaders and the thinkers. We give thanks for those with clear life goals and for those who are still amidst discovery. We thank you for the energy and enthusiasm for learning that they represent, for the perseverance of completing papers and exams, clinicals and research, for the courage to make presentations and the struggle to follow through. We offer thanksgiving for the minds and hearts of our graduates, for no education of the mind is complete without understanding the social responsibility of education. No education on paper is complete without the education of the heart and soul. I speak aloud the thanksgiving for families and friends who have supported our graduates. Who could journey through their time at LC without support? We celebrate the names on the diplomas, but they are but a fraction of the people whose successes are represented today. Gather us now, O Lord, to true celebration, that we may savor the accomplishments and look forward to next chapters. Help us cling to what is good and live always in the pursuit of the pure. May our graduates use their knowledge with wisdom and love, courage and care, awareness and grace. Blessed be and amen. You may be seated.
Good morning. I bring greetings and best wishes on this special day from the Lynchburg College Board of Trustees. Several are with us today. Trustees, would you please stand and be recognized? Of all the privileges of being on the Board of Trustees of Lynchburg College, none is more exciting, significant, or affirming than being at commencement to congratulate our graduates and acknowledge this milestone achievement in your lives. The trustees join the graduates in thanking the dedicated and distinguished faculty, staff, and administration who have invested so much of their time, talents, care, and concerns to help you be where you are today. We also join in reveling with your parents, family, and friends in this ceremony and the culmination of your efforts over the past 20+ years to guide their development into adults. As a proud alumnus of Lynchburg College, I share the excitement, the pride, and the nostalgia which you feel knowing this stage of life has come to a close. The primary goal of our trustees is to produce graduates who can make a difference in the world and who embrace the highest standards of character and integrity. As you move into the next chapter of your life, we encourage you to stay connected to Lynchburg College. Your LC relationships will always be a great source of comfort and support. We challenge you to use your time, talents, and treasures to give back, both to Lynchburg College and to your wider communities. You are among the most fortunate, and you will play a critical role in helping others. I dare say one of you will be where I am in a few years. You don't think so, I didn't think so, but it comes from a place not from a classroom, not from the Dell, not from any place we can name here, and not particularly from any faculty member or staff member, it comes from your heart. You will stay connected, and eventually you'll find yourself back here, and who knows, you may be sitting where Dr. Guerin is, or Dean Eccles, or Dean Siegler, or Chaplain McLemore. It could be any of those roles that you will play. Or you may be with some of the trustees or the alumni board, but you will be connected. So I hope you'll remember that as you go forth and enjoy your lives and stay connected with us. So graduates of the class of 2014, you've made the Board of Trustees immensely proud, and you have our admiration, our gratitude, our congratulations and best wishes for continued success. Good luck and Godspeed.
Good morning, faculty, staff, friends, family, and graduates. My name is Marvin Argueta Soul, and I had the pleasure in serving the class of 2014 as their president. But first, let me take a selfie. Sorry, I had to get that out of the way. Okay. I stand before you here today, not nervous or even excited, but just really confused. Where the heck did our 4 years go? 1 minute I'm meeting my connection leader for the first time, ready to start college, get away from home, sorry mom, and reinvent myself as a college man. But now I'm standing here before you giving a graduation speech? Who would have even seen that coming? Graduation still hasn't even hit me. I don't think it's hit any of us yet. But regardless, we're here and we finally made it, guys. Pam Halpert from the television show The Office gave some quality advice we can all learn from. Be strong, trust yourself, love yourself, conquer your fears, just go after what you want, and act fast, because life just isn't that long. To put this in simple terms, and for those of you who know me, you're gonna absolutely hate me for saying this, YOLO. I mean this not in the sense of what mainstream society makes it out to be, but what Pam's quote ultimately expresses. We are given the gift of one life to live, and with that, you do not have to be phenomenal to create phenomenal things, but rather have a simple drive that keeps you pushing forward. Life will throw many curveballs at you, but it's important to remember that you're not a product of your circumstances, but a product of your choice. You have the ability to live life in abundance and become the greatest version of yourself. I've learned this best from my brother, Alvin, who was diagnosed with cancer in the fall of 2012. He took this as an opportunity not to give up, but push himself towards becoming cancer-free, which I'm now proud and blessed to say that he's a survivor. From this, I was able to learn that life will certainly not be easy, but if adversity is handled with the right attitude, anything can be accomplished. This same idea was taught to me a long time ago when I was a CL. Bruce taught us the fish philosophy, and that'll always be one of the greatest things that I will take from me. You have the power to dictate what you want to make out of your life, and it's important to keep the positive vibes flowing to keep yourself balanced. Additionally, YOLO means much more than it seems. It's a gift to make something of yourself. Everyone doesn't have the same opportunities we do, and we're fortunate enough to have even attended college. With that said, apply to that job you're not sure you'll get. Go to that interview confident in your abilities. Travel the world. Surprise a friend that lives hundreds of miles away. Wake up and appreciate the simple things in life like watching the sunrise. Life is short. Live each day like it's your last, because we all have the capability to achieve greatness and leave our imprint positively by making a difference. Keeping with this office theme, Creed Bratton once said, "No matter how you get there, where you end up, human beings have this miraculous gift to make that place home." Now, I'm not sure if you've ever seen The Office or not, but his character is the last person to make such a profound statement. As I was watching this last episode on Netflix over the winter break, because I clearly wasn't doing anything productive, that quote reminded me of one thing right away: my time here at Lynchburg College. We all come from different parts of the world, are composed of a unique blend of talents and characteristics, and have ended up at LC for many different reasons. Regardless of those reasons, the most important one is that we are here. We met each other and we have created memories that will last a lifetime. More specifically, I will always be able to call Phi Delta Theta home here at LC. I made moments with my fraternity brothers that will last a lifetime. But while we all have our own niches within the college, whether it be a sports team, fraternity, sorority, or another campus organization, the best thing about it is that we are all one community. Not only is LC home now, but it's home forever. Coming back and reuniting with each other will be as if we never left. We will reminisce about our college years, remember Dean Eccles' hilarious emails, the useless all-nighters we pulled due to procrastination, getting food at 2 in the morning that we really didn't need to get, the socials, attending events like Midnight Mile, and countless other little times we shared. The motto, once a Hornet, always a Hornet, will resonate to be true well long after we're gone. Even next year, we come back for homecoming and say, when I was your age, we didn't have a student center. Ultimately, we made LC our home the last few years and have fostered strong bonds that will forever leave an imprint in our hearts. Never lose sight of your college friends. Keep staying in touch with not only those friends, but also the faculty and staff that you made a close connection with. And remember that we will always be able to call Lynchburg College home, for now and forever. On behalf of the class of 2014, I would like to give a huge thank you to all the faculty, staff, friends, and family, because without the support from y'all, none of us would be here today. Congratulations, seniors, we've earned it. I'm honored to be delivering this speech to such an incredible group of people, and I'm proud to be a part of such a phenomenal class. Always keep the idea of YOLO close to your hearts, keep living the dream, and make great things happen out there in the real world.
Good morning. My name is Lorene Lassard, and I currently serve as the Vice President of the Class of 2014. The Senior Pledge asks all seniors to explore and take into account the social and environmental consequences of any job they consider, to stay in touch with the classmates and the LC Alumni Association, and to support the college by making a gift to the annual fund. I am proud to say that to date, we have had 132 seniors pledge their support to the Class of 2011 Senior Pledge. Together, those 132 seniors have pledged over $10,000 towards the annual fund, which provides immediate, vital support for all the students. LC can grow when the alumni give back. It's not about how much you give, but it's just as much as you give. Additionally, as a sincere thanks, the Class of 2014 will be giving a financial contribution to the college.
On behalf of Lynchburg College Board of Trustees, faculty, and staff, thank you so much, Class of 2014. I've heard you were the best.
Good morning. On behalf of the Lynchburg College Alumni Association, we wish to congratulate all of you on earning degrees from this wonderful college, and we welcome you as our newest alumni. This is my 5th LC commencement, or my own 33 years ago. Our oldest daughter graduated from here in 2010, and I've been here for the last 2 years as president of the Alumni Association, and they've all been nice days. It's never rained. But this is unbelievable. This is about as good as it gets, and I have to believe this is a sign that there's great things in store for the class of 2014. Before you officially become alumni, I just want to take a minute to tell you all how proud the current alumni are of all you've accomplished here as students. Your academic success, the service opportunities you all seem to have taken advantage of, and your achievements on the athletic fields have not gone unnoticed by us. We're very proud of you. You know, I'm a little bit embarrassed by how many hours I've spent watching Lynchburg College men's lacrosse games on my iPad or my iPhone when I was supposed to be doing other things. I didn't even play lacrosse here. But the alumni have all celebrated all of your achievements, athletic and otherwise. And we're happy to welcome you as our newest alumni, and we thank you for enhancing the reputation of our college. And one of the best things about being LC Alumni President the last couple of years is I get to give assignments, usually to other alumni board members, but I kind of like it. And I want to give all of you a couple of assignments this morning. I'm extending my powers. But they're good assignments, and I know you guys are saying, dude, school is over. We're done with assignments. But these assignments are easy, rewarding, and you can do them the rest of your lives. There's no due date on these assignments. The first one is to stay close to each other. The friends you've made here, I promise you, will be your closest friends for the rest of your life. That's been my experience, and I don't think I'm unusual, at least in that regard. Your college friends get you, and they will always get you. And they will knock you down when you're feeling a little cocky, and they will build you up when you need a little extra help. So stay close to each other. You guys can stay connected like no generation before you, so don't not take advantage of that. Second assignment is to get to know as many LC alumni as you possibly can. There are alumni out there that you don't know yet, but would be more than willing to help you in any way they can. Any opportunity you have to network with people you have something in common with, please don't pass up, especially people who spend a chunk of their lives on this campus, as you all have. Go to any alumni events you can, go to any alumni networking, even if you've been to some already, and we've had a couple in the last year or two. Whether it was a great experience or not a great experience, go to the next one, and go to the one after that. Good things will happen. The final assignment, I want to echo what Polly said, is to stay connected to this college. This college is part of us our entire lives, and even though your role in connection to this college changes after today, it will never end. And this college will need us as long as we're all around. And as beautiful as it is here this morning, and as great as this college is on the third Saturday in May in 2014, the best years of this college are still ahead of it. And great colleges and great universities have great and engaged alumni. Please be part of that. And in conclusion, I just want to say again how proud we are of you as students, and we look forward to equally great achievements as fellow alumni. Congratulations.
I think I'll hold on to it. It's my great pleasure to introduce our 2014 commencement speaker, Perry Payne Milner, a 1986 graduate of Lynchburg College who majored in speech communication with minors in music, theater, and philosophy. You are in for a real treat today. Perry was once named one of the top 10 funniest performers in New York cabaret. Her holiday novelty single, and I quote, "Santa Claus Won't Get Lit Up," open paren, at the trailer park gate this year, close paren. All right, once more. Santa Claus Won't Get Lit Up at the trailer park gate this year was featured in Billboard magazine as a top 10 holiday song. I've downloaded it. I'm going to be playing it this Christmas, and I hope you do too. Perry recently returned to Virginia after a 20-year career in business and the arts in New York City, where she was a senior vice president in one of the two largest real estate firms in the city. She is now the new executive director of the Virginia Theater Association, which encourages and supports the practice and study of theater at all levels. As a New York-based performer and producer, Perry worked at the Kennedy Center in the long-running play Sheer Madness and in numerous regional theater productions. Perry, her husband Victor Milner, and his two daughters will soon move to Lynchburg, I think I've heard within the next 30 days, where we know they will become even closer members of the Hornet family. Please join me in welcoming our commencement speaker for 2014 from the class of 1986, the vivacious and dynamic Miss Perry Payne Milner.
Thank you so much. Thank you for that introduction. Look at how beautiful you all are. I have to do this right now. He took a selfie, but this is for you, the parents. This is for the parents. This right here is a $150,000 view. This is for you. Okay, I'll put that up after we launch you. We'll have you launched in an hour or so because you have made it, students. This is your very last hour or so, depending on how long I speak, as undergraduate students of Lynchburg College. So good morning. Congratulations to you, Lynchburg College's class of 2014. Go Hornets! I am enormously honored to be here today. I have to say, when the email popped up from Dr. Kenneth Guerin, by the way, when you get an email from Dr. Guerin, the header says, President. Just President. His note said that he needed to talk to me about a matter of some import. And when might I be available to chat? And my heart started racing. I got all flushed. I wondered if I were in some trouble. And then I realized it was just a hot flash, but still. I left Lynchburg in the fall of 1986, and I headed for New York City with a layover in our nation's capital. Now, some people might call 7 years in D.C. a sentence, but that's a whole other conversation. It's true, I did poke fun at Lynchburg a lot in New York and my performances, but just the town, never the college, because I love Lynchburg College. Go Hornets! I always kept it clean. Like, Lynchburg is not the end of the world, but you can see it from there. Lynchburg is the city of 7 hills, just like Rome and San Francisco. I must say I took a shot or 3 at Liberty. When I was here, and this isn't mean, when I was here, the Lynchburg College Theater Department was so poor we couldn't afford to pay attention. But over there on Thomas Road, they were living large. That church was putting on a full-out TV musical every Sunday morning at the glorious Unified Church of the Living show tune. Well, then they went and made a ski slope on the side of the mountain, for heaven's sake. It gave people a rash. But never mind, I got it. This summons for me was about Tom Cassidy and Jean France over at Alumni. I was not perfect. In fact, I was terrible about keeping Tom and Jean up to date about all my many jobs and addresses and lives over years, and they were so good at including me in things. Tom even came to see me once in Washington Heights, upstate Manhattan, we called it, way up at the end of the A train. After Washington Heights, Manhattan bumps into the Bronx, and that is really and truly the end of the world. For that very thing, I made myself ready to atone for my alumni sins. I was due for a talking to, an alumni intervention. So when Dr. Guerin asked me to be your commencement speaker, you could have knocked me over with a feather. I'm not sure how I could have been more honored, or what possible wisdom he thought I might impart. But I thought I'd better come down here to LC Stat and pay Dr. Guerin a visit because we'd never actually seen each other face to face, and I wanted to make sure he hadn't confused me with some other Perry Payne who maybe runs a Fortune 500 company or sold an app to Mr. Zuckerberg for the price of a small island or perhaps a large bridge to Brooklyn. So here we are. Thank you, Dr. Guerin. Thank you to all the familiar faces out there, the wonderful professors and college staff I remember so well, and the ones I adored who have moved on but meant so much to me, Dr. Haley in the theater department, Rex Mix, Ed Petty, Dean Houston, so many others. So now, to you, dear beautiful graduates, it's your day. Look at you. You are gifted. And what I mean by that is that, not that you're gifted, because I really don't know any of you. Other than my sister Sally, there, she is gifted. And she should be getting her 3rd degree from LC, 2 of which are masters, but there was some issue with a rooster walk. I don't know what that is. So I don't know if you are gifted or not, but I do know that you have been given a great gift, the gift of a liberal arts education. Now I'm going to talk about 3 things today with some helpful tips in between. I'll be brief. I'll check off the list as I go along so you know where we are and don't get nervous and twitchy and phone jittery and start tweeting and taking selfies and whatnot. So here comes the first thing. I know, the pressure is on from all over for you to get a job. Please don't get me wrong, I want you to get a job and a car and your own apartment. I am with your parents or patrons or whomever it is who gleefully stroked the last check for your education. They want you to get a job. I'm just a little bit scared that you're about to find out how badly they want that. You will soon. Maybe today even. See the room they called Tsunami Central? Your room? It's now just a little bit of heaven. It's been painted grayish. It has white trim and carpet, comfy sofas and candles. It's where your folks read and drink wine and play cards against humanity and strategize about how to make you behave like a lovely guest when you come to visit. A favorite visitor who brings presents to her mother and cleans up after dinner. All your old school stuff, it's boxed. It's labeled in a distant corner of the basement. They did that for you. And your family will be so happy to deliver it to you when they happily move you into your own happy own apartment very soon, optimally next week. And let me go on record as a commencement speaker who is not going to tell you to find your passion. The job market is too tight for that. What I hope you will do, however, is find passion in your work, whatever it is, and commitment to the act of doing good work at whatever the task, and adding your own swirls to our collective societal footprint. You see the diploma you're going to get today, and please hear me out on this before you throw things. The liberal arts curriculum is not designed to get you a job. Study of the liberal arts, these classical arts, and I wonder if we shouldn't go back to calling them the classics, since people sure do latch onto that word liberal and shake it till it screams. These classical arts are gifted to you so that you can start in your own becoming, to take your highest and best form, you, as a citizen of the world with integrity, curiosity of spirit, and love of beauty. You, a thinker, with the ability to analyze and synthesize, to solve problems through clear focus, with cool logic, without losing your head. You, who understands the passion, i.e. commitment, of the great thinkers and creators who came before you, and your relative place in this world in the context of time and space, knowing at your core where you stand without need of Siri. Your education gives you the tools with which you find your moral compass in society and the universe, not at the center of it, which is understandably where you've lived until quite recently, not out ahead trying to outrun it, or lagging behind, discouraged and frustrated. You are given knowledge to put you in context with your world. These tools, these arts, were named by the Greeks and expanded by the Romans and throughout Western civilization. They are grammar and rhetoric, science and mathematics, ethics and logic, philosophy, art, theater, music, literature, history, psychology. These core wardrobe pieces are the finery you're offered with which to dress your heart and your soul and your mind. With these arts dabbed on your palette from LC, you paint your unique interior landscape, rich and robust, layered, textured, subtle, or not. That is the power that your diploma delivers to you today. My husband, Victor Milner's life is an apt illustration of the transformative power of a classical education. When he entered UVA, he was a sensitive, smart, can-do kind of guy, a musician who loved poetry and the turn of a phrase, not to mention the pull of a party. Liberated from the supervised regimen of boarding school, he delivered a rough first semester and the academic probation that came with it. At that moment, he met an academic advisor who introduced Victor to the beauty of Spanish language, culture, and theater. He was hooked. By the end of that first year, academic probation became honor roll. He went on to study abroad with UVA, traveled extensively, taught in Spain, took long solo trips through Central America, playing his guitar, singing for his supper, and forming deep relationships on those trips with friends who remain close to him today. Back in the US, Victor wound up these decades later an intuitive and sophisticated financial advisor who was a Spanish major, who learned early the joy of learning and listens, really listens. So that's the first thing, and that was the longest one. Here's a helpful hint. This is very short, very important, don't forget it. Leave a message at the beep. Change your voicemail, people. Change your voicemail to something responsible sounding and friendly that would make your grandmother comfortable if she called your cell. Potential employers are super busy and they worry every day about somebody, somewhere in their lives embarrassing the family. They don't want to have to worry that you will. They want you to ease their stress, so put them at ease at first contact. So, little takeaway. So here's part B. Since and probably I'm nervous about this, you're just gonna blaze over it, but all right, we'll see if we, so I'm an arts advocate now. I'm gonna change hats for just one statistical minute and quote you the only numbers I'll spout all day, and I promise to be super speedy about it. I just read that the current per capita state funding for the arts in Virginia, think about that, current per capita state funding for the arts is about 40 cents a head, which is down from 80 cents in 2007 and 8, which is about half of what it was in the 80s when I was coming through. So 40, you got 40 in your head. North Carolina funds the arts at 94 cents a head, it's more than twice. Maryland funds the arts at $2.36 a head, state funding for the arts. Kentucky is 77 cents, and people, West Virginia funded the arts at nearly 4 times Virginia. West Virginia, $1.38 a head. Stop it all. Right now, you're glazing over. This is what I want. Raise your hand if you're a business major. Quick, do it. Energy. Good. Keep them up. How many of you are studying the arts? Fast. Studying the arts. Oh, leave them up. Business people, leave your hands up. How many are educators? Everybody keep your hands up. Educators up. Technology. If you care about technology, raise your hands. Keep them up. Raise your hand, another hand, if you like Pharrell's Happy Song, or if you did before all the grown-ups liked it and started putting videos of themselves dancing to it. Keep them all up. Raise your hand if you watch SNL, Saturday Night Live, right? And you like Jay Farrow's Principal Fry character, right? Raise your hand if you've seen a Broadway show. Another hand if you need to. Raise your hand if you've ever seen a play at Lynchburg College. Raise your hand. Raise your hand if you think Jay-Z is brilliant because he is. Keep him up there. Now everybody look around, right now, look around. We are all moved, energized, excited by the power of art in society. You can put him down now. Pharrell went to Princess Anne High School in Virginia Beach. He's not new. He's been working on other people's music for years. He still plays in a band with his high school buddies. And he has a powerful nonprofit giving back to his hometown right now. Jay Farrow went to Indian River High School in Chesapeake. And Principal Fry was really his principal. He's still there. You could probably call him, he'd pick up the phone. Maybe you think Jay-Z and Beyonce are icons of hip-hop. They are. If you think they're also pioneers in spoken word, recorded music, visual art fusion, you're right, because they are. And if you've seen the work of Jeff Kirshner, stand up, Jeff Kirshner, wherever you are. Stand up. Where are you? Yes. He's the best new hire Lynchburg College has made in the theater department and creator of Lynchburg's super classy end station theater. You know he's a rock star. I know you can sit down if you want. He is a rock star. He turned down Florida State to come here, and FSU is one of the top theater programs in the Southeast. He was a huge get for Lynchburg College. If you haven't seen his work, go see a play directed by Kirshner and you'll understand what I'm talking about. Look at the arts around us. the beautiful music and theater offered at Lynchburg College, those fabulous painted pianos along Main Street. Have you seen them? Fantastic. Lynchburg's decades-long faith that the Academy of Fine Arts will be restored. The fact that art holds a mirror to all we are, all we were, all we could be. And art, theater, music, it's all happening in spite of the lack of funding at the federal, state, and local levels. Imagine how the arts would leaven us, make us rise with funding at the same levels as 20 years ago. And business people, if you're someone who has a hard time with public arts funding and needs your facts hard, cold, and accountable, please take this away today. The arts equals business. In Virginia, the arts and culture sector is a billion-dollar industry that creates jobs and a stronger, more skilled workforce, generates tax revenues, builds communities culturally and economically. The National Governor's Council reports that nationwide, creative industries create jobs, attract investment, generate tax revenues, and stimulate local economies. At the Paramount Theater in Charlottesville, where I worked until quite recently, it was estimated that every theater ticket sold resulted in about $28 more feeding the cash registers of shops, restaurants, parking garages, and watering holes on the downtown mall. We all know that a vibrant community arts scene complements economic development, enriches local amenities, and attracts creative young professionals like you as the hip factor of a community is raised. And here's where the arts becomes a matter of national security. A Newsweek poll of 1,500 CEOs identified creativity as the #1 leadership competency of the future. Yet in that same poll, 85% of the CEOs indicated that they have difficulty recruiting individuals who possess creative ability. The report notes that other countries, including Britain and China, have recognized this need as urgent and instituted widespread educational reform emphasizing creativity throughout the curricula. Leadership and competition in the new global economy is no longer just about making the best, most, and cheapest widgets. Future leaders will need higher quotients of creativity, higher order problem solving, and enhanced communication skills. So if you want American business to succeed, you'd better support the arts, love the arts. Use your employer's matching programs when you get an employer to keep the arts alive if you love America. So that's the second thing that was passed, right? Okay, here's another quickie. Speaking of reading, read books, that is. You were the kids who blew through Harry Potter, the whole series, in like 12 days flat. Seriously. But you all now social networked yourselves out of any semblance of a reading habit. If you can't do a whole book, at least keep a smart magazine or 3 in your bag. Like The Economist, Slate, The New Yorker. They're all fun. They just don't sound like it from the titles. Vanity Fair is more scandalous than Cosmo, I'm telling you. Puts Cosmo to shame. And even if you don't actually read them, potential employers will like to think that you do. So, here's the last thing, and this is the kicker. I want to talk to you all about intention, about distraction, about attention. I see distraction everywhere all the time. It's not just the texting and driving, it's the utter pull of focus, of attention, of intention. We know what this is, I certainly do. Lord help me. Doctor, heal thyself. We're stopped at the light or we're about to back out of Harris Teeter, pull away from dropping off at the traffic circle on a rainy Tuesday. We stopped at that warning right here on the path, just stopped, right? And we look at the same screen. We check periodically while having lunch with a much-loved friend just 10 minutes ago. And then we stop here again at the circle for just a second to check, tweet, post, check in on Foursquare, and we've been swept up in the psychic swerve of a social network fog. Ironic, yes. These networks that are meant to connect us one to another, but rather leave us isolated on the couch or in the car, connecting on a vague head without heart without body level, because really it's no big deal, we're connected, right? Ironic, yes, that we'd rather wryly and half smiling leave an LOL on a random acquaintance's clever quip than actually seek out a friend or parent or colleague and connect deeply, eye to eye and heart to heart. Why would we not rather literally laugh out loud with joyful abandon and connection with other humans? And why is it so important to instantaneously respond to one of the 1,400 random people posting on Reddit right this very minute? By doing so, we choose to live and die by the news feed, prioritizing nothing. In a news feed existence, enjoying a talk with your hilarious and beautiful 85-year-old godmother is no more or less important than watching a dog somewhere in Chile doing tricks in a loop on Vine. But oh wait! There you are, we're back. So now when we finally do look up, it's been more time than we thought. And there's someone waiting for our parking space. The guy in the Benz behind us misses the light. The woman behind us can't drop her kid at the front door. The student behind you mutters something about being in the way in the middle of the path, and we wave, yell, sorry, and pull away. But we really can't think of what we were doing there in that sliver that would be important enough to take another human being out of rhythm for his day. Those slivers of time become slices, and foggy moments become collective hours in a week in and out of distraction. Wouldn't we rather strike out into our days with intention and purposeful strategy, action, connection? So before I wrap this up, this is your final takeaway. Jack Kerouac wrote in On the Road, "What is that feeling when you're driving away from people and they recede on the plain till you see their specks dispersing? It's the two huge worlds vaulting toward us, and it's goodbye. But we lean forward to the next crazy venture beneath the skies." So, graduates of the class of 2014, lean forward. Now stand up. No, I mean it, stand up. You are leaving this beautiful place today, but Lynchburg College will always welcome you back. You will always be members of this community. Those nice people in long black robes hope you'll come back and share your becoming as it happens. Now, turn to look at your colleague. Turn, make connections with one, I don't care. Turn to look at your colleague. I want you to see him, her, really see each other. Come on, do it. Turn to look at one another. You probably don't know each other, do you? You've probably either known each other for years or you've never met and are connecting for the first time. Well, this is your last chance. So look at the person beside you. Take their hands like this. Take their hands. Do it. Thank you. Now look in their eyes. This is wonderful. Just look at them and look at them and see them. Now, this is why I'm here. Stay there. You look at each other as you repeat after me. This is a final quote from Shakespeare. You're going to repeat after me. Look at your neighbor. Look at them and say this: "I wish you well. And so I take my leave. I pray you know me when we meet again." Oh, that's why Dr. Karen wanted me here. That's why I wanted to be here, to deliver some Shakespeare from a theater chick. So in conclusion, I wish you all Godspeed. Nose up, wheels down, easy landings, and P.S. break a leg. Congratulations, 2014.
That had to be the most exciting commencement address I've ever heard. All right. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. We are now at the honorary degrees, and I will ask at this point Mr. Stuart Fulmer to come forward, accompanied by LC trustee Mr. Steve Crank. That will come forward. I'll read something about this honoree as they come forward. Stuart C. Fulmer is a highly respected business leader who has served the Lynchburg community for more than 40 years. He has achieved success in 2 careers, both of which have influenced and enhanced the area's quality of life. He began his banking career in 1974 as a management trustee with First and Merchants National Bank and held various management positions until he was named president of SunTrust Bank in Lynchburg in 1998, a position he held until his retirement in 2008. Currently, he is president and CEO of the Greater Lynchburg Community Trust, where he oversees a $23 million community foundation that returns more than $1 million to the community for the benefit of local charities. Mr. Falber served for 33 years in the United States Naval Reserve, retiring as a captain in the year 2000. He earned 2 degrees from Lynchburg College, an MBA, and a Master in Personnel Administration. He served as chair of the Lynchburg College Board of Trustees for 5 years, and he continues as a board member. Mr. Falber. Congratulations, Dr. Falber. Our next honoree comes from South Korea, Dr. Hee-Soo Kim. At this point, I'll ask Dean Joe Turek to accompany his son forward at this point, who will accept the degree in place of his father. Dr. Hee-Soo Kim is a man of vision, recognizing needs and creating solutions. From establishing a world-class eye hospital to founding a university, Dr. Kim has worked tirelessly to provide health care and educational opportunities to the people of Korea and around the world. His eye hospital, which he opened in 1962, is the largest ophthalmic specialty hospital in Korea and houses the world's first retina hospital. Dr. Kim founded Kanyang University in 1991. The university's main campus is home to 10,000 undergraduate students who can choose from more than 40 majors. A second campus offers programs in Western medicine, medical technology, and nursing. Dr. Kim has been honored with a number of prestigious awards, including recognition from the government of South Korea. I had the distinct honor of meeting Dr. Hee-Soo Kim on a visit to Korea at the same time I met with his son. His son is Vice President of Academic Affairs for the University of Kanyang University and the first international member of the Lynchburg College Board of Trustees, and he accepts this honor in his father's behalf. He's accompanied by Dean Joe Turek. When I was over in Korea, Dr. Kim came to see us in another city to meet with his honored professor. The next person to be honored is Dr. Nancy M. Welch, class of 68 BS. Dr. Andy Tatum will escort her to the podium. Dr. Nancy M. Welch has served as a public health director in Virginia since 1976, focusing on developing community programs that enhance the health and quality of life for citizens. She has created and implemented policies that improve both the short and long-term efficiency of healthcare delivery systems. Dr. Welch is currently director of the Chesapeake Health Department and interim director of Western Tidewater Health District. She has been assistant professor of clinical pediatrics at Eastern Virginia Medical School since 1992 and is a retired colonel in the United States Army Reserve, having served her country for 20 years. She earned her BS degree from Lynchburg College, her MD degree from Duke University, her MS degree in Health Administration from the University of Colorado, and her MBA from Old Dominion University. The recipient of numerous awards of distinctions, Dr. Welch was awarded the Lynchburg College Distinguished Alumni Award and the Richard A. Thornton Award for Excellence. One more round of applause for our honorary minister. Thank you very much.
Good morning. At this time, we wish to recognize those graduates who, because of excellence in scholarship, service, and leadership, have been inducted into 2 national honorary organizations. These students are noted on pages 6 and 7 of your program. In addition, international and study abroad graduates will also be recognized. After each group is introduced, I will ask that the recipients stand and remain standing. You've already practiced that once today. I will then ask that you hold your applause to the end so that we can celebrate all of those groups together. The first honorary group is Phi Kappa Phi National Honor Society. Will those being recognized for Phi Kappa Phi please stand now and remain standing. Selection to Phi Kappa Phi is based on a student's exemplary academic performance in their coursework here at Lynchburg College. Members are wearing white ribbons with blue insignias. The second group is Omicron Delta Kappa National Leadership Honorary Society. Will those being recognized for Omicron Delta Kappa please stand and remain standing. This organization recognizes men and women for their academic excellence as well as their leadership and service contributions at the college and in the greater community. Members are wearing blue, black, and white cords. And the third group is comprised of international students and study abroad students. Will our international students and study abroad students please stand now and remain standing? These students are wearing sashes designed to display the flag of the country they represent. Students who studied abroad are wearing the sashes of the countries in which they studied. International students are wearing the sash of their native country. Please join me now in recognizing these extraordinary members of the Lynchburg College community. You may be seated.
It's time to rumble. The Doctor of Education, which has been voted on by the Board of Trustees, will now be conferred.
Will all the candidates for the degree of Doctor of Education please rise? Our inaugural class of graduates. President Guerin, I have the honor to present 8 candidates for the degree of Doctor of Education. These May candidates have successfully completed their course of study, have been certified by the faculty of the college and approved by the trustees. And I ask that you, by your official act, confer upon them their degree.
Thank you, Dr. Holloway. By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees and on the recommendation of the faculty of Lynchburg College, I confer upon the January and May candidates the degree of Doctor of Education with all honors, rights, privileges, and responsibilities thereunto appertaining.
I also present 13 candidates for the degree of Doctor of Education who expect to qualify for their degree by the end of the summer session. Subject to the completion of the requirements, diplomas will be issued in August. They will come forward to be recognized along with the degree recipients. Will all Doctor of Education candidates please be seated, except for the first row, who are asked to now come forward to the platform. Genevieve Wendy Bailey. April M. Bruce. Lee Ann Calvert. Suzanne Crowder Calvert. Sharon Margaret Davies. Lisa Joy DeJarnett. Deirdre Lynn Douglas Washington. Anthony H. Francis. Charlotte Agmo Gilbar. Sharon Jennings Gunter. Daniel Glenn Hedrick. Timothy John Hoden. Edward A. Hoisington. Amy Dawson Huskin. Allison Jennings Jordan. Monica Susan Lawson Kennan. Donna Dawson Lewis. Paula Cornell Lachello. Luke Lai-Ching Seichow. Patrice Andrea Thompson. William Richard Wells.
The Doctor of Physical Therapy degree, which has been voted on by the faculty, by the Board of Trustees, will now be conferred.
Will all candidates for the degree of Doctor of Physical Therapy, members of our second cohort of graduates, please rise. President Guerin, I have the honor to present 45 candidates for the degree of Doctor of Physical Therapy. These May candidates have successfully completed the course of study assigned, have been certified by the faculty of the college and approved by the Board of Trustees, and I ask that you, by your official act, confer upon them this degree.
Vice President Holloway, by virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees and on the recommendation of the faculty of Lynchburg College, I confer upon the January and May candidates the degree Doctor of Physical Therapy with all the honors, rights, privilege, and responsibilities thereunto appertaining.
Will all DPT candidates please be seated, except the first row of candidates who should now come forward. Elizabeth Lindsay Alter. Elena Victoria Black. Robert John Blasey. Mallory Danielle Brumfield. Raymond J. Carr III. Abby R. Crone. Matthew Gene Davis. Joshua Andrew Duran. Samantha Pierce Foster. Kimberly Ann Freeberg. Rachel Renee Hannum. Patricia Marie Herbert. Emily K. Hilliston. Nikitai Darian Honecker. Caitlin Lee Hornby. Caleb Alexander Kaufman. Rebecca Ann Keller. Bradley Justin Kennedy. Jane S. Kim. Casey Douglas Krajewski. Jessica Dawn Losness. Megan Lissier Mayer. Nicholas Edward Mardiak. Chelsea H. McTighe. Jeffrey T. Miller. Carolyn Michelle Mitchell. Matthew Joseph Nolan. Matthew Reginald Osborne. Jordan Nicole Overby. Sarah Jane Powell. Leslie R. Price. Lauren Nicole Reddig. Dara Kelby Sandifer. Megan McKenna Shaw. Natalie Elaine Smith. Tyler Elizabeth Smith. Randy May Sinnott. Ashton Blake Tyree. Paige Elizabeth Van Drew. Blake Edward Warren. Amanda Danielle Webb. Curtis Cecilia Wilkes. Nicole Victoria Zasweta.
The master's degrees which have been voted on by the Board of Trustees will now be conferred.
Will all candidates for the degrees of Master of Arts, Master of Business Administration, Master of Education, and Master of Science in Nursing please rise? President Guerin, I have the honor to present the 55th master's degree class of Lynchburg College. 13 candidates for the degree of Master of Arts, 11 candidates for the degree of Master of Business Administration, 45 candidates for the degree of Master of Education, and 3 candidates for the degree of Master of Science in Nursing. These January and May candidates have successfully completed the course of study assigned, have been certified by the faculty of the college, and approved by the Board of Trustees. And I ask that you, by your official act, confer upon them these degrees.
Dr. Holloway, by virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees on the recommendation of the faculty of Lynchburg College, I confer upon the January and May candidates the degrees of Master of Arts, Master of Business Administration, Master of Education, and Master of Science in Nursing, with all the honors, rights, privileges, and responsibilities thereunto appertaining.
I also present 1 candidate for the degree of Master of Arts, 13 candidates for the degree of Master of Business Administration, and 43 candidates for the degree of Master of Education who expect to qualify for their degrees by the end of the summer session. Subject to the completion of their requirements, diplomas will be issued in August. They will come forward to be recognized with the degree recipients. Will all master's candidates please be seated except the first row, who should now come forward. We will first award the Master of Arts degrees. Brittany Lee Bowes. Sunshine Johanna Dempsey. Marshall Wood Dunn. Jonathan Michael Murphy. Benjamin T. Paul. Samantha Jo Payne. Gregory H. Starbuck. We will now award the MBA degrees. Rennie Blue. James Scott Barnes. Eric Allen Chisholm. David Alexander Cook. Ryan Andrew Earl. Peter J. Gumas. Dustin Lafayette Irby. Crystal Peary Reynolds. Carl Donas Sakis. Margaret Ann Samuels. Emily Ann Taylor. Dustin M. Ward. We will now award the MED degrees. Diana Nicole Allen. Shannon Elizabeth O'Neill Beasley. Jennifer Marie Bennett. Laura A. Barrier. Brandy Lynn Booker. Kelly Diane Burnett. Amanda May Camfield. Jennifer Nicole Captain. Antonia Margaret Charles. Sarah Elizabeth Davis. Brandon Lamar Edwards. Amanda Louise Epperson. Nels Frederick Erickson. Caitlin Nicole Falls. Tammy Harvey Foster. Tanya Liel Fullerwinder Mayo. Jonathan A. Geldmaker. Matthew S. Giles. Wendy Golden. Lee Albert Gray. Bryn Davis Hamlet. Allison Elena Harmon. Emily Cole Harris. Robert Neal Hatcher. Jennifer Hatton. Annalise Elizabeth Jones. Ann Kendall Lewandowski. Reginald Tucker Lucas. Lauren Brooke Maddox. Kelly Ruth Marbury. Robert Owen Martin. Susan Louise McCorkle. Nasim Modab. Melissa Morgan Monaco. Nakima J. Patrick. David Leroy Moose First. Melanie B. Poole. Kevin Wayne Ring. Ernie Ray Sawyer III. Amy Beth Scott. Nina Maria Shirk. Ashley Jordan Stokes. Erin Rachel Stores. Tammy Lee Stroud. Matthew J. Sturdivant. Katie C. Thompson. Matthew Stephen Tiller. Taylor A. Walker. Zachary M. Ward. Gordon B. Worcester III. Second. We will now award the MSN degrees. Tammy Lee Hammock Garby. Ruth Moendi Dolo. Sharon Lynn Willis.
Okay, now we know what we're ready for too, right? Are you ready? All right, there we go. The undergraduate degrees, which have been voted by the Board of Trustees, will now be conferred.
Will all candidates for the degrees of Bachelor of Arts and Bachelor of Science please rise? President Guerin, I have the honor to present 208 candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Arts, 182 candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Science. The January and May candidates have successfully completed the course of study assigned, have been certified by the faculty of the college and approved by the Board of Trustees. And I ask that you, by your official act, confer upon them these degrees.
Dean Siegler, by virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees and on the recommendation of the faculty of Lynchburg College, I confer upon the January and May candidates the degrees of Bachelor of Arts or Bachelor of Science with all honors, rights, privileges, and responsibilities thereunto appertaining. Graduates, turn your tassels.
I also present 66 candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Arts and 55 candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Science who expect to qualify their degrees by the end of the summer session. Subject to the completion of their requirements, diplomas will be issued in August. They will come forward to be recognized along with the degree recipients. Will all candidates please be seated? The program provides an explanation of Westover Fellows and Academic Honors. I will now ask each group of graduates to stand and be recognized. Honors in the major. If you won honors in the major, please stand. Honors. High honors. Highest honors. Cum laude. Magna cum laude. And summa cum laude. You may be seated. Will the first row of candidates please stand and come forward to the platform? Alexander D. Adams. Ashley Rose Adams. Rosalind Marie Alexander. Kendra Lee Allen. Megan C. Almarode. David Sarkis Alyakin. Lakia Travis Ambush. Amanda Ray Amos. Matthew Powell Anderson. Ashley Nicole Andrews. Fallon Shay Anarino. Whitney Cherie Anthony. Marvin J. Argueta Soul. Bruce Campbell Armstrong. Dustin Ray Arrowwood. Christine Marie Arthur. Charles David Ashton. Brett Robert Ashwell. Bernardo Antonio Ayala. Rebecca Catherine Bagby. Haley Elizabeth Bagwell. Chelsea Elise Ballou. Trisha Jane Barney. Lauren Shelley Beebe. Paige Marie Beer. Nicole Susanna Bennett. Kelsey Ann Bergen. Melissa Robin Berkowitz. Brandon LaRon Ferrios. Peter Joseph Berry. Taylor Best Anderson. Annie Ruth Besterman. Haley Evelyn Betancourt. Emily A. Bendrum. Zachary Stephen Taylor Metters Bissett. Nathaniel Owen Blakely. Meredith Elise Bland. Brittany Renee Bobbitt. Gary Clayton Boone II. Angela Mae Bosco. Stacy Elise Bauer. David J. Bowles. Tristan Lamar Boysall. Gabrielle Eliza Branch. Ashley Elizabeth Brewer. Ann Neville Broaddus. Blair Elise Brooks. Alexander Wilson Brown. David MacArthur Brown. Emily Ann Brown. Naya Therese Brown. Rebecca Lee Brummett. Jason Michael Brust. Leslie Tate Bryant. Marina Rochelle Budd. Carrie Colette Burkhardt. Jessica Lynn Burks. Andrew Stephen Bush. Patty Jane Bush. Karen Elizabeth Butler. Robert L. Hill Distinguished Senior. Thomas Samuel Payne.
Yay, Thomas! Yeah, Karen. Yeah, Karen.
Jessica Ray Kanipa. Morgan Elizabeth Caldwell. Luisa Maria Cardona. Victoria Jane Carpenter. Jenna Renee Carr. Sean William Carroll. Darius Anthony Carter. Candace June Carter. Sarah Jo Carter. Brittany Jo Sini. Latasha Ann Chambers. Samantha Nicole Chapman. Brooklyn K. Childress. Elizabeth Lynn Clemens. Daniel Jacob Clement. Bailey Alexander Cleveland. Zachary Allen Clifton. Patrick Evan Cobb. Shayna Kirsten Cochran. Sarah Beth Cock. David Carey Coker. Brittany R. Coleman. Tyler McRae Colley. Lisa Ayana Audrey Collins. Derek Patrick Corliss. Richard Clark Somerville Senior Scholar. Jennifer Grace Cormier. Kelsey Paige Cornell. Zane Scott Cowens. Justin Michael Crank. Matthew Lewis Cross. Shane Lee Crouch. Rebecca Grace Crum. Olivia Marie Curtis. Kelsey Elizabeth Cute. Taylor Lane Dalton. Grace A. Danish. Simric Elaine Davidson. Austin Carter Davis. Emily Carol Davis. Rashad Corey Davis. Django Antoine Degree II. Henry Hall Dedrick. Alexander Robert Deal. Lindsay Marie Diener. Heather Nicole Delaney. Carlo Daldano. Ria Jamela DePina. Stephanie R. Durante. Brett Samuel Deutschman. Patrick Douglas Dewey. Scott August DeStefano. Madison Marie Dixon. Heather Virginia Dodge. Courtney Lynn Domleski. Caitlin Ann Donaldson Bigelow. Ann Lloyd Norris. Victoria Jerry Dott. Reed Davidson Dove. Amanda Catherine Dozier. Jamie Lyle Dubois. Laura Lynn Dunn. Duncan Taylor Edwards. Meredith A. Edwards. Scott J. Edwards. Courtney Brianne Elliott. Kyle William Ewald. Edward Holly Faulkner. Heather Marie Fidak. Angela Lynn Ferguson. Nicholas Clay Ferguson. Shamika Yvonne Farrell. Kevin William Field. Dustin Garrett Fitzmaurice. Michelle Mays Flaherty. Chesley Ann Faubert. Tyler Jordan France. Matthew William Franklin. Eliza Ann Fritz. Mark Justin Fultz. Paige Elizabeth Gadsby. Judith Gallegos. Andrew Thomas Garone. Kenneth Wayne Garrett Jr. Annie Babe Garrity. Cameron Patrick Gates. Patrice Suzanne Gibson. Jonathan B. Gill. Robin Lynette Glass. Clifford Gonzalez. Gervais Bonte Gooden. Allison Lyndon Gottman. Joseph John Gracie. Kristen Michelle Grady. Stephen Paul Granger. Amber Nicole Green. Ryan Michael Greenhill. Molly Ann Grove. Allison Paige Gross. Megan Faith Gross. Gina Marie Grunwein. Brittany Ann Gulick. Chad Christopher Gunter. Meredith Louise Gunter. Vivian Elizabeth Hackney. Nicholas Sean Hagan. Fallon Alyssa Hahn. Candace Victoria Hairston.
No, just go straight.
Valen Renee Hall. Dylan Anthony Hall. Rachel Ashley Hall. Jessica Caitlin Hamill. Sarah Elizabeth Hamlet. Paige Elizabeth Hammett. Yuting Han. Matthew Bernard Hancock. Kathleen M. Harrison. Joshua T. Harvey. Kara Danielle Haskins. Charles Bradley Hendricks. Christina M. Haskins. Okay. Okay. Charles Bradley Hendricks. Alyssa Marie Hennigan. Samantha Marie Herbert. Holly Ann Herdman. Manuel Alonso Hernandez. Kelly Ray Holland. Megan Marie Hollingshead. Christopher Scott Howell. Kelsey Michelle Hughes. Jessica Lynn Hull. Sarah Virginia Hurst. Sari Agni Ignatius. Demetrius A. Irving. Emily Rose Jack. Keyshawn Marcel Jackson. Kadrian Duran Jackson. Kelly Elizabeth Janik. Corin Aubrey Jasinski. Janelle Jones. Austin Douglas John. Brazil Design Johnson. Hillary Elizabeth Johnson. Jasmine Nicole Johnson. Shawnee Lee Johnson. Taylor Brooke Johnson. Lauren Ashley Johnston. Trevor Scott Stone Johnston. Candy Jones. Emily Rebecca Yovanovich. Joseph Reginald Kaiser. Matthew William Carvelis. Emily Keck. Molly Sue Kiesling. Morgan E. Kemp. Keith Russell Kendall. Kestrel Blue Curl. Thomas Daniel Kesterman. Joshua Wayne Kidd. Lindsay Hooper Kidd. Caroline Grace Kilby. Logan Rochelle Kilduff. Emma Lauren Kinsey. Connor Knight. Carrie Ann Kogeline. Siobhan Krutke. Theodore Travis Lamata Jr. Darren Lax Jr. Michael Aaron LaFawn. Derek Tyler Lagoy. Rihanna Lamarca. Desiree Skylar Lachlan. Sarah Renee Lavender. Haley Merrill Lawson. Alexandra Victoria Lee. James F. Lee Jr. Maureen Catherine Lazar. Daniel Lee Lineberger. Matthew J. Lipscomb. Elizabeth A. Lively. Anthony Michael Locatelli. John Paul Lopez. Holly Marie Lovert. Laura W. McLeod. Nicole Marie Marburger. Kristen Renee Marbury. Emily K. Marsh. Gilly Wisdom Martin. Kayla Alexandra Martin. Daniel Christian Martinez. Michael Burns Massigill. Courtney Jane Massey. Jessica L. Matterly. Rebecca A. Matterly. Rachel Hill Matney. Carter Andrew Mayberry. Amber Dawn McClintock. Justin Maxwell McCloskey. Sean William McGannon. Jillian Cashel McGarity. Alexandra Walker McGarry. Tiffany Gale Metter. Chelsea Victoria Meager. Jill Catherine Melanson. Tiffany M. Merrill. Madeline Ann Metzger. Jay Anthony Mills Jr. Ashley Claire Mitchell. Stephen A. Modulewski. Kayla Louise Moore. Jody Lynn Monopoly. Stephen Christopher Montgomery III. Ryan Lindsay Moody. Casey Francis Moore. Chelsea Lauren Moore. Aaron R. Moyer. Rachel Haley Mullen. Kayla Inez Monday. Victor Con Eric Munson. Daniel John Murray. Hannah Lynn Meyer. Claire Ellen Nadolski. Thomas Justin Nauman. Caitlin Elizabeth Neely. Catherine Matthews Neal. Mary Vincent Ness. Timothy Ryan Nicholson. Amy L. Nowak. Kristen Nicole O'Keefe. Emily Yu Kyung O'Leary. Taylor Johns O'Neill. Robert Charles Oldendorf. Ruth Garland Olds. Salvatore Onofrio. Stuart Stringfellow Orphus. Miriam D. Always. Alexis Lauren Pace. Amanda Lynn Parker. Ashley Leanne Parsons. Margaret Scott Pascal. Kaylee Jo Patterson. Daniel Robert Paxton. Matthew Hunter Payne. Meredith Rose Pekin. Richard Henry Pence. Frances Claire Peretti. Sarah Simone Perry. Ashley Lynn Peterson. Adam E. Patriza. Amy Jeanette Phillips. Janae Descartes Picconi. Corey Joe Pillow. Adam Edward Pollock. Carly Stephanie Porter. Sarah Patricia Post. Caitlin Jean Fox. Andrew W. Powers. Catherine Elizabeth Prothero. Christina Marie Rakes. Amanda Ray Ramirez. Amber Michelle Reed. Chelsea Alyssa Marie Reed. Michael Alexander Relaford. Allison Marie Renzulli. Caldwell A. Ricker. Veronica Elizabeth Reiner. Victoria May Raker. Adrian Michelle Robertson. Thomas P. Rodenhouse. Megan Catherine Rusin. Joya Elise Rosa. Stephanie Nicole Rhodes. William Reagan Rudisell. Jesse Nathaniel Rutherford. Ashley N. Reiners. Nicole Ashley Sachs. Rachel Lynn Sadowski. Marie Ellen Salvador. Amy Catherine Salyer. Christopher Thomas Sanders. Taylor D. Sands. Caroline Burton Sawyer. Stephen Joshua Shadoff. Eric William Schlater. Christina Lee Schneider. Carson Agon Schottleutner. Megan Elizabeth Schreier. Alexander Remington Schrum. Dell Roger Schultz. Tiffany Ariel Scott. Trevor Brian Scruggs. John A. Seaman IV. Jordan Arlene Seeley. Rebecca Christian South. Michael F. Sharkey. Jonathan William Sheffield. Nicholas Bradner Shelton. Ryan Scott Shepard. Nicole Brooke Shep. Jessica Lynn Schrader. Andrew Douglas Simpson. Eleanor Brianna Slate. Ariel Eden Slay. Brandon Michael Sledge. Nicholas Joseph Small. Darcy Aaron Smith. Desiree Antoinette Smith. Emily Ann Smith. Parker Harden Smith. Jessica Renee Sneed. Jennifer Lynn Snyder. Cody A. Spain. Diana M. Spangler. Sierra Shea Spicer. Paige Elaine St. John. Kristen Marie Stack. Cody James Stanton. Emily Marie Sterling. Michelle Renee Stevens. Betsy Nicole Stepa. Tatiana Alexandra Stokes. Rebecca Swistak. Jacob Ross Tanner. Kara Lindsay Taylor. Ravine Ashley Taylor. Blair Elizabeth Templeton. Melanie Catherine Tenney. Lisa Marie Thaxton. Sarah Ross Thomas. Marcus Lee King Thompson Jr. Taylor W. Thompson. Jessica Lane Thornton. Naomi Michelle Tice. Samantha Colbert Tomlin. Alyssa Blair Trantham. Colleen Elizabeth Trikel. Aaron Clark Tucker. Michael Robert Tucker. Randy Lee Tucker. Nicholas Arthur Tumalo. Darren Nathaniel Turner. Blake Kenley Underwood. Justin Tyler Underwood. Nathan Bruce Van Dam. Elizabeth Marie Van Hooser. Jessica Diamond Vance. Michael Anthony Venegas. Lydia Claire Villanova. Leah Quinn Vitello. Ashley Marie Vogan. Carolyn Isabel Von Boyman. Leslie O'Neill Waddy. Sarah Nicole Waldrop. Catherine Elaine Wallace. Shelby Lynn Wombo. Nicole Michelle Workowski. Christopher Chad Warren. Darren Ricardo Warren. Emily Elizabeth Warwick. Jacqueline E. Wendland. Emily Christine Wheeler. Barry Stephen White. Michael Eric Whitaker. Alexander Joseph Weitzel. Curtis Chaplin Whitlow. Courtney Louise Wiest. Ryan Lee Wilkins. Emma Grace Williams. Erica L. Williams. Kelly Elizabeth Williams. Natalie Virginia Williams. Mary Michael Wills. Gregory Paul Wilson. Isaac C. Wilson. Kirsten Marie Wilson. La Krista Denise Wilson. Joseph Cabell Wainfield. Grace Catherine Withers. Elizabeth Sarah Wolf. Kyle Acree Wolf. Hannah E. Wolpert. Samantha Nicole Womack. Nigel Z. Word. Colby William Wright. Christine Elizabeth Yates. Megan A. Yagles. Samantha Roche Younger. Natasha Zemkovsky. Lacey Shay Zimbra. Courtney Zongrone. Let's give all these graduates a big hand.
Well, that was exciting, wasn't it? Yeah. Well, just a quick goodbye to you. But I just want you to think about all the great things you have done here at Lynchburg College. One thing, you've had a lot of fun. You have participated with your classmate, with Dean Eccles and others in the Turkey Bowl, right? Community service, the Relay for Life, you've done some great things there. You've had your head shaved for a very special fundraiser, and much, much more. Some of you have danced with Sheila and Kitty G and 150 others Gangnam Style, flash dance. Halftime when we beat up on Roanoke College basketball. But who cares about those anyway? But think of all the musical and instrumental performances and plays and dance recitals in which you performed or attended, the conferences you attended, the awards you have won in academics, the recognition for your extensive community service, and in athletics you won conference championships, tournament championships, and participated in postseason play and moved very forward. Based on your performance here, you have been awarded graduate fellowships, special internships, terrific job opportunities, with some of those influenced by your loyal alumni. And now for a final exercise, not quite like, but similar to our commencement speaker. I want to ask you to close your eyes for 10 seconds and think of a special person for you at Lynchburg College. And then in just a moment after that 10 seconds, I'm going to ask you to stand up and I'm going to say 1, 2, 3, and then you're going to say, thank you, Mr. Rogers, or whoever it is that you're going to thank. Okay, 10 seconds. Close your eyes. Okay, on your feet. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3, thank you. All right, I definitely heard Dean Eccles in that group. I definitely. Okay, have another seat. Oh, that was nice. Everybody got to move around just a little bit. Well, now I direct your attention to that marvelous group of individuals seated to your left, as well as some others scattered about this event. I'm going to ask them all to stand, and as I do, please join me in recognizing by your applause the truly magnificent faculty, staff, coaches of Lynchburg College. Faculty, staff, and coaches. Thank you very much. Please be seated. Well, finally, graduates of the class of 2014, remember that wherever you go, Lynchburg College goes with you. Continue to make us proud. Wear your LC colors. Proudly display the LC diplomas, trophies, and awards. Always be proud that you are a Hornet of Lynchburg College. Come back soon. Come back often. May God bless you all. Stand for your alma mater.
We close in prayer. Marvin, you had it right. You really do only live once. Loving God, in this one precious life that you have given us, may we leave here finding passion and commitment in all that we do. May we recognize the art of life that you have provided for us. May our lives be sung as a song of joy. May you sculpt us into people of integrity. May you walk beside us in both the dramatic and the comedic moments of our lives. And may we see ourselves always choreographed into a dance of peace. May we live our lives with intention, minimize distractions, and always pay attention. I wish you well. And so you take your leave. We pray that you will know us when we meet again. Godspeed.